Alright. Now I hear Guy Ritchie has got a handful of movies.
Yeah, he has got a few, Mr. Mcconaughey, now. In fact, you're even in one.
That's right, son. Gentlemen, when you say that's gotta be the best one of the whole bunch.
I don't know about that, but...
And I think he's got enough now, where we can even talk about doing one of those little tier lists that you like doing, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, I suppose he has. We could do a Guy Ritchie tier list.
Good. Let's do one of them, but make sure that gentleman is top of the tier list, you know, because it's the best one.
Well... Wait, give me that app. Thank you. So, hello and welcome back to another video, guys. Now, that's right, today we are back with another tier list. It's been a while. The last one was Quentin Tarantino, and a lot of people seem to enjoy that one, so I'm doing another director. Today, I thought I would do Guy Ritchie. He's another director where after his film The Gentleman come out started last year, I wanted to go watch all of his movies, so I did that, and now I've watched them all. And yeah, we're going to be going over a tier list here in a minute of them. So I'm very excited to do that. Now, Guy Ritchie is a very diverse director, which I really like about him. I love the start of his career with the gangster films like Lock, Stock, and Snatch, and I love how he's come full circle and he's sort of come back to it with The Gentleman. But he's got a lot of interesting stuff in between. He's got some stuff which people don't really remember too well, like Rock and Roller, Revolver. And then he's got some more very commercial stuff, like the Sherlock films. And weirdly, he done the Disney live-action Aladdin movie. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff to go over here. So without further ado, let's crack on with the tier ranking. So then, here we go. So let's have a look at the films that we've got here. Now, they're not actually in order, which is a bit annoying. So let me see if I can quickly put them in order. So we have... Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. We have Snatch. We have Rock and Roller. We have Revolver. They might be a little bit out of order here. I can't remember off the top of my head. Swept Away, which is the one I can't really remember too much because it's more of like a documentary about Madonna, if I'm correct. The Sherlock films, we'll put them together. Man from U.N.C.L.E., King Arthur, Aladdin, and The Gentleman. So there's quite a few movies there. How many we got? 6, 9, 11 movies. So there's a bit to go over here. So now, for those of you who haven't seen my tier ranking before, I base this tier list strictly with these movies. S is top Guy Ritchie level. S isn't like masterpiece, you know, Apocalypse Now level of incredible movie making. This is just as good as it gets with Guy Ritchie, and F is at bottom of the barrel for Guy Ritchie. And then, of course, haven't seen it. Now, what I am going to do is, I have seen this, but it was so long ago. I'm going to put Swept Away and haven't seen because it's been so long, I don't really want to comment too much on it. I'm not a Madonna fan, I don't really like her, so I'm not going to rewatch this. So I'm just going to be fair to that one and put it there. I've heard it's not great anyway, so I apologise to people who were looking forward to seeing what I was going to say on that movie, but I'm just trying to be fair, so I'm going to pop that one in there. So next up, we're going to, of course, start off with his first movie, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. This is a really, really, really great film. And I'm going to put this one in the A tier for Guy Ritchie. This is a fantastic start to this man's incredible collection of work here. Has some fantastic actors in it. And I want to say that the thing that drives this film forward for me is definitely the characters. I think this film is so interesting like that. The situations they get put in, I find absolutely hilarious. And some of the ways they have to try and get out of it is incredible. The action in this movie is really well shot. And I think it's just a really well-paced movie. Then, of course, we have Snatch, which, for me, has got to be an S. This film was so good. I found the story to this one so compelling. I found the villain just fantastic because you really, really do hate him. Brad Pitt as well in this movie. It's one of Brad Pitt's best performances, which is saying a lot because the man has had so many incredible performances over the years. And yeah, again with this one, I like the fact that there's a lot of characters, or a lot of actors, sorry, from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels in this movie. I think it's good that he's bringing them back. And yeah, I just find this movie absolutely fascinating. I think it's really interesting. I could put it on now and just have a really, really good time with it. I think it's a fantastic film. Next up, we have Rock and Roller. Now, Rock and Roller for me, for now, I'm going to put it as an E. I'm not a big fan on Rock and Roller. It's okay. This is like very middle of the road for me. It's a film which I'm like, yeah, I don't mind it. I don't like it much. I don't dislike it. It's just very middle of the road. And this one kind of playing very near. I don't like the colour palette of this one. I don't like the way the film looks. I think the pacing's a bit off. I don't think the characters are nearly as interesting as his previous two movies. Yeah, I find this film just a bit dry, to be honest. There's some good actors in it. It's one of my favourite films with Gerard Butler. Unfortunately, the man just doesn't make very good movies for me, personally. But it's actually one of the better films I've seen with him in. Which isn't saying a lot, because I'm saying it's a very middle-of-the-road movie. Thandie Newton's good in it. But other than that, this film doesn't really do too much for me. So, yeah, it's going to go there. Next up is Revolver. Now, Revolver is going to go as an F. This is the one Guy Ritchie film I just don't like. I just don't enjoy Revolver. I've watched it twice now. I tried to watch it again because I really wanted to be able to say I liked all of Guy Ritchie's movies. So when I rewatched this movie, I was like, I'm really going to try to like this, and I just couldn't. It's a shame because Jason Statham is such a good actor, and he's really the only thing about this film I like. Other than that, the characters, I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy the story. I found some of the music a bit off-putting. I found the pacing really odd. Some of the editing styles were just not very good for me. Personally, just was not a fan of this movie, which is a shame. Then we hit the two Sherlock films, which are really interesting, because for me, they are on very similar levels. So, I'm going to put Sherlock as a B. I really enjoyed this film. Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law are a fantastic combination of Holmes and Watson here. They both work together so well. Also, Rachel McAdams in it is fantastic. I love all of the supporting cast. I forget the name of the actress who plays Watson's wife, but she's also fantastic in this. I'm not sure about Mark Strong in this movie. He's alright. He's not maybe the best villain, but he's pretty good. And I found this film just fascinating the way it was shot, like how Sherlock would work things out in his head, and you'd sort of see them put onto the screen. There's some really good chase sequences. There's one near the start where Robert Downey's sort of with this huge guy and they're running through a shipyard and stuff, and it was really good, really well done. And I really liked how the film ended. It actually had like it had like a good ending to it where the last act felt really satisfying, and it was a good ending. So Sherlock, I'm going to put as a B. Sherlock 2, Game of Shadows, I think it's called. Game of Shadows, yep. I'm also going to put as a B. As I say, I really have similar feelings to these ones. I think I'm going to put these films in order. Like, for example, the ones that end up here in the B section, or the ones that end up in the A section. I'm going to then put them in order at the end of the video. So, spoiler alert for then. I think I do slightly prefer the first one, but they're really on similar levels for me. I really like the addition of having Sherlock's brother in it. And yeah, again, the villain for this one was also sort of on the same level as Mark Strong in the first one. Just didn't really care for them too much. Not huge on what they done with Rachel McAdams' character in this one, but hey, I'm guessing maybe she just didn't want to come back for the sequel. But overall, it's still a fun movie. I like the pacing. It just keeps up the charm of the first film, and it's a good time. Next up, we have The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., I'm going to put as an A. This is a film which I really, really wanted a sequel to. This film deserved a sequel so much, but unfortunately with what's happened with Armie Hammer, I cannot see that going ahead. And yeah, even though it turns out Armie Hammer is not the nicest people. He gives a good performance in this movie. Henry Cavill is fantastic. I absolutely love Henry Cavill. He is truly one of my favourite people in Hollywood right now. Alicia Vikander, however you say her surname, the girl from Tomb Raider, Michael Fassbender's wife. She's also incredible in this movie. And it's such a shame because all three of them work so... And if this was a year ago where we didn't know what we knew about Armie Hammer, I think I'd be praising him a lot more, but I'm hesitant to do it because of what's come out about him. But these three all had great chemistry. They worked so well together. This was better than more or less all the modern Bond films other than Casino Royale, probably. It felt like an incredible modern action movie. And it's a shame that not more people saw it because this truly could have been like another big franchise like James Bond or Mission Impossible that was going forward, because they done such a good job with this film. Loved the music in it, the pacing was great, the action was so well shot. I really, really had a great time with this movie. I'm truly gutted that this one here will probably never get a sequel. Next up is King Arthur. King Arthur is a pretty well-hated movie, I think. A lot of people don't like this film. I actually don't mind it. I'm going to put it in the D section. I have a good time with King Arthur. It's fine. I don't know why people hate it. No, I really don't. In fact, do I still own it on Blu-ray? Oh, I might have gotten rid of it. I did have it on Blu-ray in my collection. I actually thought, you know what, that's one I'm going to keep because I do quite like it, but I think I have actually gotten rid of it. I think it's gone. But yeah, King Arthur, you know, there's some real issues with it. Some of the pacing's a bit off. Some of the music choices a bit weird. The David Beckham scene is still one of the most diabolical things I've ever watched. It's actually hilarious, you know. I can't remember what it is he says now. It's like, 2 hands and then pull. That's what she said. Anyway, you know what? It's really good. The lead actor, whose name's escaping me at the minute. Hang on, I will tell you his name. His name is Charlie Hunnam. He does a fantastic job in this role. A lot of other really good side characters in this movie as well, actually. I don't think we need... King Arthur's been done to death now. You know, we've seen so much of it. It's just a really boring... not boring story, because it wasn't, but I think it's been done to death in Hollywood, the whole King Arthur story, Knights of the Round Table, Merlin. So I don't think this is a film we needed. But you know what? For what it was, the action was fun. It's not a film I'm going to go back to often, if at all. But it was fun, and I didn't hate it. It's a fine film. Next up, we have Aladdin, the Disney film. Another pretty well-hated Guy Ritchie movie. It's sort of the same as King Arthur. I think that it's not bad. But a lot of people really dislike this movie. For me, I'm actually quite a fan of it. I'm going to put it... I'm going to be kind. I'm going to put it in a B. It's a B or a C movie for me. But yeah, I'm going to put it there because I think that's a good spot for it. Aladdin has a lot of problems. The colour palette to it is truly terrible. Like, when you watch the original Aladdin, which is the better movie, when they're doing like a whole new world, like the colourful skies and stuff, it looks amazing. And then in this one, it's all just dark blue and stuff. I think there's definitely an overuse of CGI in this movie. And yeah, it's an odd film at times, but there are aspects to it I really like. There are characters that are actually more fleshed out in this over the original. Jasmine, played by Naomi Scott, she's so much better in this movie than she is in the original. I have mad respect for Will Smith for what he done with the genie. Love Robin Williams as Genie, but Will Smith actually took a different take on this character, which is, to be honest, the best thing he could have possibly done, because the original Genie is so well loved. I think that the guy who played Aladdin did a good job as well. I think that Jafar was definitely the weak link in the characters. He was very wooden and very stale as a character. And I think maybe they went a bit overboard at the end as well, when Jafar grew into this massive, weird monster thing. Yeah, but what I like about some of these Disney live actions, because Aladdin isn't the only one to do it, The Jungle Book did this as well, Cinderella did it, that's about it at the minute, but I like how they take these classic stories and then they actually give some more depth to certain areas. Like Jasmine got some more screen time. They actually gave like the genie a love interest. Was it needed? No, but it adds to the film and makes it different to the original, which is good. Because if it's exactly the same as the original, you know what's coming, like The Lion King. That's why I don't like The Lion King, the new one, too much, because it is a copy and paste movie. Here there are different things happening. This doesn't feel like a Guy Ritchie film. This is like, even with the Sherlock films and King Arthur, you get hints of Guy Ritchie. This one just doesn't feel like Guy Ritchie, so it's weird. That's why I wanted to sort of put it in the C list on this ranking. But in terms of enjoyment, I do enjoy this movie, so I'm going to leave it in the B. Last film up is The Gentleman, his most recent movie. And I'm going to put this up as an S. This is such a return to form for Guy Ritchie. It is so... it's amazing. It's incredible. Because his most famous movie, of course, is probably Snatch, and his most beloved one. And now The Gentleman is sort of bringing us back to that style of filmmaking from him. And it is, for me, on the same sort of level. It's so well done. The story to this one is so intelligent, so gripping. And I remember sitting there in the cinema just not wanting this movie to end. I thought it was fantastic. Matthew McConaughey... All right. He is absolutely incredible in this movie. But I actually think the spotlight is stolen by Hugh Grant, who is incredible, who plays this very over-the-top, gay, kind of snarky, weaselly, greasy news reporter who's trying to get money out of all these gangsters, and he's meddling with people which he can't possibly hope to control, really. I want to say Colin Farrell as well is also incredible in this. He had some lines which killed me. Con the fuck down, fuck. You know, incredible, so funny. And all of them, all the way around. Charlie Hunnam, he has my favourite scene in the movie where he walks into this druggy house with this boy, like this small boy band, where he's trying to get this girl out. And how he takes control of the situation is absolutely incredible. There's just so many fantastic scenes like this. This film is so well written, so well directed. The characters are so good. This film is incredible. This is my favourite movie of 2020. And I can't see it moving. Even as I continue to watch films that come out in 2020, I still can't see this film moving. I think it is my favourite film of that year. It's fantastic. So now, as I said, there isn't really much for me to do here. It's only the S, A and B tier I can mess about with, because as I say, there's only one in these bottom three tiers, so I can't switch them around. So, of course, my least favourite film from Guy Ritchie is going to be Revolver, then Rock and Roller, then King Arthur. And to be honest, I'm going to leave the B tier exactly as it is. I'm going to leave Aladdin as my least favourite. It's really weird. These three films are honestly, I mean, I know they're in the same category, but in terms of ranking them, it's so hard to do because they all genuinely are on the same level for me. The first Sherlock is definitely my favourite out of these three. But Aladdin and Sherlock, A Game of Shadows, I could easily flip them around right now, but I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm really tempted to swap Lock, Stock and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. around. In fact, I think I'm going to do it just because I think Lock, Stock is a slightly better movie, but I think I'd rather rewatch The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And it's a film which I really, really love, and I'm just still gutted we're not getting a sequel to. So I feel a little bit more kindness towards that one, just a little bit. So I'm going to stick, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. just in front. And I'm going to leave the S tier as it is. These, Snatch and The Gentleman are really on the same level for me, but Snatch is the classic. Snatch is the one that made him. So, yeah. But anyway, that is my Guy Ritchie ranking. Sorry to the Madonna fans, but yeah, I'm not going to rewatch it. I don't like Madonna, so I'm not going to do that. But that is my Guy Ritchie ranking, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a message. And as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye. Why the hell were The Gentleman at #1, James?